Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, I wanted to take the time to talk about possible new content for Phase 6 and what we could see that is new. Generally speaking, when AQ comes out, the classic world sort of gets an update. It gets changed. Originally, all the way back in vanilla, this is when like 0.5 tier dungeon set came out. This is when they overhauled every item in the game and sort of added like healing power, spell power, all those types of changes. And I think they were really good for the benefit of the game. However, here in SOD, we have gotten a lot of those early, so as far as new things go, it is a huge question. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So these are just going to be my educated guesses based off of previous phases, test round being updated so fast, and just the general knowledge of Classic. We got nothing new in Phase 5 as well, so that tells me that we might see some awesome new stuff here in Phase 6 and events that we could have. So the next things we have are the new zones. So possible new zones, as always, are Hyjal and Caverns of Time, as well as Karazhan, and then they could do stuff with SM, but I think they would save that for Phase 7 and Extremis and what comes after that. So Hyjal is a completed zone, and actually Hyjal was blocked off for most of SOD. Like the skips and ways that you got there were sort of blocked off. However, they are not blocked anymore. I know some people tried it early in Phase 1 and Phase 2, but now people are able to jump up and get to those locations, and I was exploring it a little bit similar to what I did with Caverns of Time, and it was pretty cool to see all that stuff. So it is a developed zone, and they could make use of it. It is not too hard to let people in. There's literally a portal at Dark Whisper Gorge that you can essentially just walk through, and it'll take you to Hyjal. So it looks pretty awesome with that. Then we also have Caverns of Time. I think Caverns of Time is most likely the place to go to because one, it is developed, and two, we already go there in Phase 5 doing stuff with Brood of Nozdormu, or Brood of Nozdormu. So if we were going to do anything, I think that Caverns of Time would make the most sense because we're already dealing with time dragons, and they could, like, you know, take us back in time to the original AQ event, why the gate was sealed, and that whole war that took place there. And I think that'd be a pretty cool sort of thing to explore, and I don't think it has been explored, and it would not be too difficult using like sort of the phasing tech that we saw with Demonfall Canyon. Just, you know, a little food for thought there, and something we could get in the future. Then Karazhan, it's always there. Everyone has been talking about it. They hinted at it with Karazhan Crypts in the tower. I do think Karazhan also fits better with Nax because of the Atish allowing you to teleport to Karazhan and things of that nature. But, you know, it could be like there's just a lot that goes into it, and it makes it a little difficult to sort of say if they will do something with Karazhan. They just hinted at it, it's been there, but I don't really know the best time to implement anything with Karazhan because other than Atish letting you teleport there, I don't think there's much reason to put it in yet. And then obviously SM would be Bis because you could get the corrupted Ashbringer from Extremis and then go on a storyline to cleanse it there. So I think that is better for Phase 7, not Phase 6. Then possible new events that we can talk about. So I made a video covering the war effort and why I think it should, it might not happen. However, I got a lot of comments and DMs about it from you guys in that after that video, and what we're seeing here in SOD is exactly how it happened in Season of Mastery. So I do think that they will just do the war effort, and it'll be half as many resources, and it'll have sort of an autocomplete system in there just to make sure it gets added into it. However, it is Season of Discovery, so they could add a new, fun, exciting twist to that event, which I think would be really, really beneficial and awesome. Now, as far as events go, Silithus is prime for a PvP event. I think it would be so good to put a new PvP event in there. We already have the like crystal gathering event that is supposed to be sort of a PvP thing. You run around, you get a crystal, you bring it back to your base camp, and it gives you honor, and people can be doing that right now for honor. It's not the most efficient way, but it is something that you can do AFK and turn it in. And I think that you could turn it into so much more than just run around and pick up a crystal. You could increase honor. You could have a very similar event to the STV event that we saw, and everyone blasting that. I think it would be very cool to see that, and I'd really like to see something with a twist in Silithus, because everyone is going to be in Silithus regardless. They're going to be grinding their Cenarian rep. They're going to be grinding out anything with AQ. Like, the entire server goes to Silithus during AQ. So everyone sets their heart to Cenarian hold. So, like, having the entire population there will add to a lot of engagement for a PvP event, so not having to move too far would be pretty cool. I wouldn't want to see it be zone-wide, however. I would like it to be like sort of isolated to specific areas of the place. That way, you know, it doesn't become too crazy and people can actually enjoy playing the game, whether they're killing bugs, farming Twilight people for pages, whatever they're doing, they could actually still play the game instead of just having pure chaos everywhere and making the zone unplayable, which I think was one downfall of STV. Even if you opted out, you would still get murdered by the entire enemy faction, which was not very fun if you were trying to do anything else in there during that event. Then as far as a PvE event goes, the 12-hour war event that comes after banging the gong, it lasts for 12 hours, and Silithus crystals spawn over so many zones here in Azeroth. Like, literally, most of the zones have them, and they're just a bunch of AQ mobs that spawn there, and you kill them, you get Cenarian rep. They have some cool, very limited drops, and just a lot of really good stuff that you can sort of obtain and get and move forward. And I think it was really, it could be a really cool event to sort of add everywhere else and get things going, but, you know, it is really tough to, you know, sort of do a twist on that. I'm not too sure what you could do other than add a rep and maybe a currency, and then just have people engage in the world and go out there by having it spawn every few hours like the BRE event does now. Then finally, with the raid, the biggest changes that they could do to the raid, now this is something, one, you could add the mechanics from Season of Mastery and any tweaks that they did with that, because they put a lot of work in that, and I think it was not really played out by a lot of people. I know I didn't do any of these SOM raids for the brief moments that I did SOM, so it'd be really cool to see that now. However, I want to show you something pretty cool here. So with BWL and Tier 2, what they did is they changed every piece of gear to have either frost or nature resistance on them. So like this chest is frost and nature, my shoulders got frost res, my gloves got nature res, my pants got frost and nature res, and my boots got nature res. Normally a lot of these had some fire res on it, they had some shadow res on it, they had so many different types of resistances, so them specifically changing all the tier 2 to have some nature res, to have some frost res, makes me sort of question if we're going to need it more than just Viscidus and then Saffron and Nax, because tier 2 is pretty solid gear. So it makes you sort of wonder if they're going to do something similar to the heat system when we get to AQ, or if we're just going to see you know, some changes with stuff there. So it's just really, really interesting, and I'm not too sure what all of it means and if what we're going to get, but you know, I would love for us to see some type of twist and something cool and something awesome with AQ instead of just the same old. Like, I really have enjoyed the affix system that they've added to BWL. It's been a fun twist. It makes the fights, some fights, really, really hard. My group struggled on Chromagus yesterday because we got time lapse and the red debuff, and that was something that we haven't really fought or done, and it was just really cool to sort of have that twist and challenge and overcome it as a raid. But anyway, guys, those are all my ideas for possible new content for Phase 6. If you have any questions, anything like that, definitely drop it down below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.